All right, top of the morning to y'all. Hope you guys are having a good day. So I want to talk about here. You guys may have heard about it, call it, and it caused a public outrage. Okay, about an incident with that young boy, 16 years old, by the name of Rafael Eve. I hope I said that right, or Ivy or Ave, was shot in the head and for knocking on the wrong door. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second, but I want to throw a disclaimer out here. Okay, for somebody out there, ma'am, you know who you are. That, and I believe that if that's the comment that you want to make towards me, right? Okay, where I need to explain myself, or otherwise maybe my vocab or my diction is to a 9-year-old. Well, let me say this. All right, me, just like many other podcasters on here that you and I are subscribed to. Okay, you know the deal. You watch the news yourself. Okay, and you know what I'm talking about. So you know what's going on. Okay, my job is not to prove, okay, or to teach anybody English. All right, or teach the alphabet, or I don't know, teach diction as you say it, or critical. Okay, that's not my job. Is to teach anybody. If you should have learned that during school. All right, all that education you got. My goal, all right, is to be able to. I'm a life coach, and yes, I do sometimes encompass biblical stuff or whatever to be able to maneuver through this society or this paradigm called captivity. All right, and I use myself for a living example. So don't call yourself trying to be naive or facetious. Okay, for somebody that got all that education or whatever. Okay, then you make yourself out. Okay, call yourself overzealous to be turn out to be a smart dumb chick. Okay, so all right, and anybody else out there, if you're thinking about doing something to me, you just do it. You be about that action. Okay, do it and get it over with. Now let's get right into it. The other day, okay, from the time of this making of this video here, the 18th of April. Hope y'all get y'all taxes in tonight by midnight. By the way, that young boy Raphael went to the wrong house. All right, that he was told to go to. It was a different type of street, 161 place, and he ended up going to 161 Street out there in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, and he showed up at the door trying to get his siblings. It was around 10 o'clock that night, and he was shot in the head by a man named Andrew Lesser, 84-year-old man. This dude shot young Raphael in the head, right at the door. Again, when he was upon knocking on the door, the young man had fell down on his back and then shot him again. Now, it's thought that race has involved. Okay, again, it caused an outrage out in Kansas City, and I guess it's a protest pertaining, again, a racial angle, but there wasn't any statements or any type of, I don't know, hardcore proof that actually that it was race. Okay, so there could be. Me personally, I can't prove that. Possibly, but not probably. Okay, possibly. It's to my understanding that either Mr. Lester is either been arrested or he will be arrested from the making of this podcast for attempted murder. Okay, as he should. All right, because race or no race. All right, the way that he did that, boy, was wrong. I got to tell you, it was wrong. For knocking on somebody's doggone door, nah, bro. Now, I don't know. It's one thing if he actually entered the house, all right, but come on now, all right, knocking on the door. There could have been other ways. Okay, for example, you know, Mr. Lesser, him being an elder, he probably could have said, "Look, you know what? Wrong door." Okay, maybe spoke through it with the door closed or something. Okay, I don't know, but he didn't. This young man Raphael didn't pose a threat or anything. He was just trying to get his siblings and go home. See, that goes to show that beyond race, I just think that on top of Mr. Lester being an 84-year-old man, don't know what he's doing at all as far as in, castle laws, if castle laws apply out there in Missouri. That's basically defending your home. But that wasn't, like I say, that did not constitute exercising a castle law if they had that. And don't you know that in some places you can actually be arrested for defending your house, believe it or not. Okay? But not only shows that that he's the most incompetent home defender in the USA, all right? But I'm just thinking for it to be a crime like that, to shoot somebody in the head, okay, that was an attempted execution, you know? I'm like bugged out, and then shot the dude afterwards. So that, on top of that, the headshot, then the second, it's definitely a nail in the coffin. How is he going to be able to explain that? Okay? Let me tell you a couple of things about home defense, all right? Usually castle laws work at actually, if they're breaking and entering, that you are protecting your family or your property. When they're in your house, actually some laws are when they're in your land or whatever, on your land, like states like Texas or here in Nevada, some of those are old, but I'm just saying they have to be actually deemed as trying to either steal property or something to that effect, okay? That people can defend themselves, Florida, okay, stand your ground laws. All right, but that is just basically is to shoot to defend your home, okay? Yeah, if somebody come in your house, yeah, you know, if they end up getting killed, hey, you know what? They just end up getting killed. You come in my house, or whatever, you come busting up in there, you're dead, okay? That's it. All right, but one thing that you can't do as far as the law, let's say if they come in there and you shoot them and they end up shooting in maybe in the shoulder and they run out of the house, okay? You cannot chase that person out, okay, and shoot that guy in the back or whatever, okay? Then, or chase them down the street off your property, then that is attempted murder. And actually, if they live through it, they can, not only that you can get charged, but you can get sued as well. That person can sue you. So be very, very careful that then you use the castle laws to defend your home and family, okay? If need be. I hope that doesn't ever happen to you, but all right. Yeah, if they bust up in your house, then yeah, you have a right. Hey, their life is in your hands. But you know what I'm saying, okay? So again, that does not. I think that was totally wrong. You really can't. I don't know. I really can't prove race, but the thing is to be able to attack the situation itself about home defense. You know, uh, attempted minor, and maybe the guy didn't know. It was startled. But then again, let's look at the home defense issue. All right, then that was not the way. And let me leave you with this in closing, y'all. Okay, this was 10 o'clock at night. Parents, you got to get them kids in early. Okay, I could probably see, like, I looked at some curfew laws, like in different cities in Kansas. Kansas City states that it's 11 o'clock, like in the entertainment districts on weekends, like you in somewhere like Wichita or probably like Topeka, and a lot of other cities like that. Then the curfews are 9 or 10 years old, 10 to 11, depending on the age of the child. Okay, if they're younger than 16, I would advise any parent, no matter where you live, have them kids. They need to be at home by 9 o'clock. Okay, maybe just a little bit later on the Sundays, maybe 10, and they had that for a reason. If y'all probably pushing 17, 18, maybe 16 and a half, I understand that you may have things to do. I don't encourage dating, but if you go see your girl or your man or something like that, or if you're playing sports and you want to put in that extra work, or you want to do a project, something like that, okay, you working on a project, y'all probably need to be wrapping it up and get home probably around 10 o'clock, all right? Because it's safe to say it ain't safe outside, all right? Now, I'm not telling you that so you can get popped in the head. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that for safety reasons. So even as a parent or even a child, if you listen to that, okay, then take yourself some type of preventive measure just for your safety as a precaution, okay? And I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully, justice will be served to, all right, for that man or whatever. It doesn't necessarily lead to race, but we'll see though. But it's still, the way it was handled was wrong. And I hope that you guys learned something and stimulated thought. Thank you for your time. I know I went over 10 minutes because your attention span is short. Like, subscribe, share, and check out some of my other videos. Cash App, $, Winston Spivey, if you want to donate.